Some love stories don't begin with a kiss. They begin with silence that hurts more than words. The water is still, but nothing between them is calm. London glows in the background. City lights dancing across the rooftop pool like secrets trying to stay hidden. Noah stands at the edge, barefoot, arms wrapped around herself as if she can hold her heart together by force. The cold night air brushes against her skin, but she doesn't move. She doesn't feel the cold. She feels him. Footsteps echo softly behind her. Slow, careful, familiar. Nick. He doesn't say her name. Not yet. The space between them feels heavy, like the moment before a storm breaks. The last time they spoke, it ended in sharp words and slammed doors. Pride won that night. But tonight, pride feels small compared to the distance growing between them. Noah kneels down and lets her fingers touch the surface of the pool. The water trembles at her touch, ripples spreading wide and fast. Just like them. One small mistake, and everything shakes. I didn't know where else you'd go, Nick finally says, his voice low. Controlled, but not steady. He sounds tired. Not angry. Not cold. Just tired of fighting. She doesn't turn around. You don't get to show up when it's easy, she replies, her voice soft but firm. She tries to sound strong, but there's a crack in it. Nick steps closer. Close enough to feel her silence. Close enough to remember the nights they stood in this same place laughing, soaked in water and reckless with love. But tonight, they stand like strangers who know too much about each other. The city hums below them. Cars move. Life continues. But up here, time feels frozen. You ran, he says quietly. You pushed, she answers. The words hang between them, raw and honest. No shouting, no drama, just truth. A gust of wind moves across the rooftop, sending small waves across the pool. The water reflects their shadows, almost touching, but not quite. They are close enough to feel each other's breath, yet miles apart in trust. Nick takes one more step forward, not to fight, not to win, just to stand beside her. And for the first time that night, Noah turns around. Noah turns slowly, and for a second, neither of them speaks. The space between their bodies is small, but the space between their hearts still feels wide. The city lights reflect in the water behind her, casting a soft glow around them. But nothing feels soft in this moment. Nick runs a hand through his hair, frustrated but trying to stay calm. Why do you always shut me out when things get hard? He asks. His voice isn't loud. It's heavy, like he's been carrying this question for a long time. Noah lets out a short breath, almost a laugh. But there's no humor in it. Because when things get hard, you act like you don't care, she says. Like I'm the only one fighting for us. That's not fair, Nick replies quickly. He steps closer, his jaw tight. I care too much. That's the problem. She looks at him, confused, hurt. Then why does it feel like I'm always about to lose you? The question lands hard. Nick's expression changes. The anger fades, replaced by something more honest. Fear. I'm not good at this, he admits quietly. When I feel something real, I panic. I think about what could go wrong. I think about losing you, and it scares me so much that I start pulling away before you can. Noah's eyes soften, but she doesn't move. So, you hurt me first, she whispers. I try to protect myself, he says. But I end up hurting you instead. Silence falls again. But this time it feels different. Not sharp, not defensive. Just open. Noah looks down at the water, then back at him. I'm not afraid of loving you, she says, her voice shaking slightly. I'm afraid of loving you alone. That's when something inside Nick breaks. He steps forward, close enough that their breaths mix in the cold night air. You're not alone, he says, softer than ever before. I'm just scared of how much you matter to me. And for the first time, the walls between them begin to crack. The air feels different now. Not lighter, but honest. The truth is finally out, and it hangs between them like mist over the water. Noah looks at Nick for a long second, searching his eyes for doubt. She doesn't find it. She finds fear and love. Without breaking eye contact, she steps back slowly, and then into the pool. The cold water rises around her legs, then her waist. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't look away. It's like she's washing away the anger, the pride, the noise that kept them apart. The water moves gently around her, pulling soft waves toward the edge. Nick watches her, heart racing. Noah, he says, but there's no warning in his voice. Only wonder. She moves deeper until the water reaches her shoulders. You said you're scared, she calls softly. So am I for a moment. He stands still at the edge. Then he makes a choice. He steps in. The cold hits him fast. But he keeps walking until he's right in front of her. The water settles around them, quiet again, like it's holding its breath. Their clothes grow heavy, clinging to their skin. The city lights blur behind them, reflected in broken lines across the surface. They are close now. So close that there is no space left for excuses. Nick lifts his hand slowly, giving her time to pull away. She doesn't. His fingers brush her arm, warm despite the water. Her breath catches. His other hand moves to her waist, steady but gentle. "You matter to me," he says, voice barely above a whisper. "More than my fear." Noah's hands rise to his chest, feeling his heartbeat under her palm. Fast. Real. "Then stop running," she whispers back. Their foreheads almost touch. The tension that once pushed them apart now pulls them closer. The water moves around them, soft and slow, as if the world has faded away, and neither of them steps back. Section 4. The kiss and aftermath. For a breathless second, they just stand there, hearts racing, water moving gently around them. Nick's hand tightens slightly at her waist, not to hold her back, but to hold her close. Noah looks at him like she's making a choice she's been afraid to make. Then she closes the distance. The kiss starts soft, unsure, like they're both asking for permission. But when neither pulls away, it deepens, not wild, not rushed, just real, honest, needed. When they part, their foreheads rest together. "I'm not leaving," Nick whispers. Noah's fingers curl into his shirt. "Then don't." The city shines behind them, and this time, the silence feels safe.